poet, an author, and an associate director of a program called SAYS, Sacramento Area Youth Speaks. For 15 years, I've been doing this poetry thing, y'all. Started in Pittsburgh, California, made my way back to Sacramento.
Ish, baby, ish, baby.
Of the sky, the rain had finally come. That beautiful rain. Hear the sound of thirsty ground sucking up the falling sky water molecules. That freedom rain. And there was a jubilation in the ground after the rain had fallen. Gray clouds made way for mighty rays of light energy to feed the hungry environment. And the lips of the earth blew a voluptuous kiss. Oh, when the water children, oh, when the water children, oh, when the water children, where we wade in the water, drowning in classical music, plank, plank, our bodies plunk beneath blanket of piano waves, swallowed by colors, feathers of sound, flying flew through inner city streets where brother hip hop, pop locks on funk and plants the black seed of the watermelon in the burnt bottom ground of the microphone. The black seed of the watermelon in the burnt bottom ground of the microphone. That's Wade. That's that poem right there. This is my ode to hip hop. It's been a long, long time since back in the day. Remember? Chillins used to run 2, 3, feet flying, hands shaking, now we're later tasting, bubblegum popping, pop locking till the street light blinked. Then we ran home on a mission, wishing for the smell of some hot water cornbread. While my sister used to braid in the kitchen, corn rolls when it's domino, fixing beat like a freak, breaking glass into seconds, seconds into minutes, minutes into hours, used to dance in the shadows of the army towers, catching footballs in the rain. Trying to get the grits and gravy out the game. Bam, boom, later lost in my room, devoured by the darkness of being alone, till I spit, spat, sputter, listen to my rhymes, glow in the dark. Used to mix the letters with the butter, squeeze the lemon and limes out the fresh ripe rhymes, trying to get the soul out the lines. Used to dream of painting. Got one more piece, or this is the last piece? Okay, I'm gonna continue this. Remember when the clown got clown? Now the homie's gotta get found. He used to scratch a record to his knuckles. Remember when the clown got clown? Now the homie's gotta get found. He got turned, freebasing in the kitchen, but nobody listened. They got jacked when the railroads cracked. The afro became the Jerry curl. Now we used to all listen to some Ready for the World. Right after the funk used to rock, we was playing Atari, Coleco, Wayne, and television to make the Donkey Kong stomp, playing and playing till we got learned, while Sugar Cane K was frying turntables till the bacon got burnt. He used to scratch a record to his knuckles to make your kneecaps buckle, to make you chuckle like a Huckleberry Jones, to keep you on his own. But in the struggle and the fight, my man Sugar Cane K took a hit of the kryptonite. He took a dub of hubba, so we all had to take 2 steps back. Cause when a rubber duck is on crack, he don't float on water. So we holler, scream, and hooty hooty hoo. But all y'all know we gotta dig for the roots. Slap the drums. Skin painted with this rhythm, better get with them. Cactus standing in a desert of concrete and plastic. A pusher and pushed, trying to get the kush. So I beatbox thorns, jagged, jointed, and pointed to rebuke and refute the suckers. Turtles swimming through sea. The redwood tree is a flute. Notes, birds flying away from spilled branches. Play that. One more time, y'all. Give for Vincent Cobell. Y'all give it up, give it up, give it up. All right. I want to give away a copy of a book real quick, and how I want to do that is I want to see if I can get somebody to come up here and do a poem with me real quick. Who wants to come up? Who wants to come? No, somebody that's not a poet. Yeah, no, it's called Cash App. Anyway, I got you covered. Somebody who's not a poet, come on up here and trust. Just try. I'm not going to embarrass you. Who wants to try? Come on up here, y'all. Come on up. Y'all give it up. Here we go right here. There it is. You got it. Now, the reason why I do that, if Terry has done his job and created a safe space, then everybody should have been just running up here to the mic, okay? Thank you. What's your name, ma'am? Sydney, take the mic, Sydney. You're going to repeat after me, okay? And this poem means a lot to me. I believe it saves lives, okay? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Oh, sorry. Story of my life. You ready? My name?
My name
is Little Winky.
is Little Winky.
I fell down
I fell down
and hurt my pinky.
and hurt my pinky.
But I got back up.
But I got back up.
No tears,
No tears.
no fuss.
No fuss.
But I think
I think
I made
I made
a stinky.
a stinky.
Yo, give it up, yo. Sing it, everybody. A poet is born. A poet is born. All right, I have the honor of introducing another great artist. We have 2 more. That's actually, I know you want to go over there and buy some stuff from these vendors and support Michael. I know you do. But you got to wait a couple more poets, okay, cool? All right, here it is. She is a poet, host, educator, and author with 15 years experience. She is the co-director of SAYS, Uplift the World by Inspiring the Hood First is her motto. Originally from Pittsburgh, California, and raised in South Sacramento, get ready and welcome all the petals of this flower. Y'all give it up for the one and only Coco Blossom. Give it up, y'all. Let's go, girl. Strong J, girl. Strong J.
World.
I'm just a project queen and I'm building. I'm a project queen and I'm building. I'm a project queen and I'm building. This is my life. I don't take no strife. I'm a project queen and I'm building. I'm a project queen and I'm building. I'm a project queen and I'm building. This is my life. I don't take no strife. My queendom has always lived inside me. I was just too young to realize I was royalty. From a mob princess to a project queen to a warrior scholar, I am forever becoming. She is her and her is me. Own up to my mistakes, take some blows to the chest, rose above all the drama and healed through the words of my poetry. Through my voice, I tell her story. Intertwine my intersectionality across between the spirit and my reality. Through my words, I hope. Awesome. Like he said, I am a poet, an author, and an associate director of a program called SAYS, Sacramento Area Youth Speaks. For 15 years, I've been doing this poetry thing, y'all. Started in Pittsburgh, California, made my way back to Sacramento. I was raised in both towns. I'm from poverty, street literacy, welfare, food stamps, and Section 8. I'm from my grandmother's love and my daddy's survival. I'm from faith and prayers during the midnight hour. I'm from the city of trees down a little road to a little place down under called Pittsburgh, California. I'm from the smell of bleaching Saturday mornings as we clean. I'm from dancing on tables, happy hours, and family get-togethers. I'm from the Robinson and Bland clan, Project Queens and Kings. I'm from the El Pueblo housing projects to the G Parkway alleyway. I'm from don't let the street lights catch your ass or you'll be grass. I brought you into this world, I'll take you out. You better respect your mama, that's all you got. I'm from pictures on the road that'll take you back down memory lane. I'm from the smell of cakes and Kush Tidebird's legs. I'm from the bluff. I'm from where we always had it rough, but we had enough. I'm from Pittsburgh, made me, Sacramento raised me. That's where I'm from. I'm just a project queen and I'm building. I'm a project queen and I'm building. I'm a project queen and I'm building. This is my life. I don't take no stripe. I know I cuss Terry. Yes, hair gonna be slayed to perfection. You see, I act a little mannish, revolutionary and ratchet. Talk my shit, roll my neck, very educated, and you better believe I'm a savage. Sitting on queen status. Never come off my throne for a peasant. I got them hypnotized with all this Project Queen passion. Project Queen mapping. Project Queen forever making something happen. Doing this for all my little project girls who live in a project world, may slip and swirl, but never fall off our queen status. Built to shine. Forever on my Project Queen hype. Living a Project Queen life. Doing this Project Queen time. You see, I got these Project Queen habits. I'm just a project queen and I'm building. I'm a project queen and I'm building. I'm a project queen and I'm building. This is my life. I don't take no strife. So one of the things I had the opportunity, y'all, is to work in all the hoods across Sacramento with Sacramento Area Youth Speaks. I've had the opportunity to work with over 30,000 kids, y'all, helping them become poets, helping them get into college, just creating safe spaces for them to talk. With my homegirls, Barbara Watson in the crowd, and Patrice Hill, who is a dope Sacramento poet. And we've been doing this thing for 15 years, y'all. And the kids is where we gotta start, right? They the root. I like to say the root. I feel you hot, rain everywhere, you know what I'm saying? And my mama didn't even tell me about it. I thought I was going crazy. I woke up one day like, forget my son, I'm quitting my job, I'm leaving everything. The next day I was like, but how do I make some money? Good at what I do, don't know how I do it. Was never good at grammar, start writing poetry, now I breeze through it. Might not always use an adjective before a noun or know an adverb from a verb, but says they helping me putting these sentences together, creating poems for the people seeking art and words. No matter what they may say about me, little old me, the girl in the class that really couldn't read or spell for the life of she, and behind my back they all laugh at me, still to this day don't believe I write my own story. How could this be? She turned out to speak and write sentences properly. It's not about how fast you can read or who know all they math and geometry. Everyone can shoot for the stars and be all they can be, buzzing around a honeycomb with the other bees, trying to get to the center core of the honey tree. Having problems in school don't mean you can't succeed. Preschool is the start. Elementary is the introduction to things. Reading, writing, arithmetic is the government sayings, but everyone failed to realize school is where you start to feel ashamed. Ashamed of how you look, ashamed of how you read, even ashamed of your race and your nationality. But I just say, make school your hustle and be all you can be. And forget what they say, I do write my own poetry. I changed that for you. So y'all, that poem right there is very dear to my heart because I was one of the kids in school that they told my mom I had ADHD, and I couldn't read and all these type of things. And now I stand here before y'all, graduated from a top-tier institution, UC Davis, the associate director of a critical literacy program. So if you ever thought you could not be something, you put your mind to it, you can be it. You can be it. And I'm gonna take y'all out with this poem. I'm gonna stop cussing, but Jesus knows. Me and Jesus have a close relationship. He my boyfriend, he my husband, he my man, he my daddy, he be all that, right? And I know when I get to heaven, he gonna say, you was a cusser. I'm gonna say, but I praise the Lord. I praise the Lord. Okay, where am I? Okay, here I go. Let's see. I had it and I lost it. See, Jesus, I know. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow at church. Maybe I should get it. Why did I just lose it that quick? You do get up here and you see very menopause. Thought I took my pills today. Sitting in juvenile court staring, that ain't the one I want. That ain't the poem I want. Hold on. That ain't the poem I wanted. I guess that poem wanna come out, but I ain't gonna let it come out. It's gonna have to stay where it's at. Nah, but I did meet a new boo fresh out of prison, though. You feel me? Okay, here we go. Welcome to opportunity. One way expressed out of poverty. Transforming my mind, opening to endless possibilities. First generation college student, straight from South Sac, Iraq to the home of the Aggies. Blue and gold, exploring and researching all the mysteries of the world, questioning things like Socrates, reaffirming my identity, filling my egghead when knowledge is not meant for the misled. One eye on my racks. Fatal Lab taught me that. Hear no evil, speak truth. There's power in my voice, so I'm speaking to empower all of you. Says motivated me. God gave me a vision. Now I'm on a mission to uplift little ghetto children, gritting and grinding, turning books into dollar signs. School became my hustle. I started flexing my muscle. I got in a day, this little ghetto girl made and started gazing. But UC Davis was also a yin and yang situation. Yet they called college the land of opportunity. Knowing it might physically, mentally, and spiritually ruin me, but yet I unlocked the doors to explore the Aggie's world. Welcome to the makings of a Project Queen. Thank y'all.
So thank you. And I want to just real quickly let everybody know that you don't have to have a belief or higher power to come to Team Entertainment events. The reason why we do that is because some of our agreements and contracts, like being invited into this church today. I know it's hard and you guys have the material pre-planned, but I want to be welcome. I don't want to ruin our agreements. This may be a venue we want to use again. And so for me, when I go into someone's venue, I didn't explain this, I try to respect their venue. I try not to violate whatever feelings they have. So that's why I'm asking you poets to, help us out. I'm also in the pulpit.
Cherry and Coco. We're gonna fix this once for all right now. Tighten it up. That's extra pay, by the way. Anyway, all right. Yeah, all right. We only got 2 points. I know. Now listen, the restrooms are right there. Don't feel compelled to sit. If you want to get up and go, don't worry about it. They are paid toilets, by the way. I'm kidding. Here we go. Our next artist has been living in Sacramento for the past 8 years. She's a writer with 15 years experience with writing and performing poetry. Her poetry is artivism, which is art that provokes activity. Ladies and gentlemen, please get ready to hear the amazing She Writes. Get up, She Writes, everybody. Let's go, girl. Take the seat around.
She is not a poet. She is only pretending that these words go together with a ribbon simply mending, but she is not a poet. She is creative with linguistic means, equipped with reason and experience that lends itself to a connection of complex things, but she is not a poet. Her words do influence. She melts her mind with the pen, and the two just simply do it, but she is not a poet. She is not a poet. She is a skilled orator at best. These messages are from her brain, and she is sending out a test because she is not a poet. She is a marginalized human being with feelings. These lines are her therapy and her grandest attempt at healing because she is not a poet. She's an artist with conviction. She wrote these words with you in mind. She hoped that you might listen, but she is not a poet. These words merely elevate her talent. This is actually her attempt at singing. This poem is a ballad because she is not a poet. So, I hear stones flipping over and streaks coming to pass. The sound of a woman screaming like shards of a broken glass, and as it flies past my face, remnants lodge in my throat. My blood is pooling round me like a protective kind of moat. I hear blankets dripping water and peaks pointing past. I hear the roar of children's laughter and the air of passing gas. Feel the blast like explosion. A proposal just for breathing. I see heavy gasps for air in the pool of dry heaving. I hear banging under my fingernails. I want to cover my eyes, but I've got to find the part in me where this loud story resides. I hear nauseating silence. It tastes grossly familiar. Smells like something I had for breakfast and then burnt back up for dinner. I hear the collection of quilted patches, like the click of a padlock, like the sound of river water from Doff to Key Glock. I hear the tapping on my teeth, the gaping space in my soul. I see the spoon on the edge of the sink and the fork trying to cover the hole. I hear scraping wire loud, screeching yellow popping. Feel the dancing flame of a candle, feel the warmth and it's blinding. I hear the taste of bright colors and my nose begins signing. I feel pleated parts of particles and my arms become more defining. I hear a long lift. I hear it with my nose. One sniff and it knows. This is how this poem goes. Let, lift, go, dream, real life be seen. Go, will, have things mean. Right, stop, breathe, go, get high, feel, be, touch, grow, heal, prep, keep, pipe, peace, go, tell, know, things, bite, read, teach, act, go far, step back, last, firm, move, right, leave, learn, sing, height, pace, face, pawn, rule, break, bend, no, tools, build, fall, round, spring, bar, left, lean, ring, lunge, strong, heavy, fight, take, strike, gain, sight, wait, run, later, now, back, where, then, how, for, to, what, here, miss, love, have, tears, fear, fly, let, go, live, light, eat, choke, bruise, list, lose, flow, cry, dance, laugh, joke, hurt, save, spend, give, beam, bet, rise, deal, dive, seek, hear, speak, reap, grow, run, deep, smell, sit, show, pride, be, you, don't, hide, be, you, don't, hide, be, you, don't, hide, be, you, don't, hide, be, you, don't hide. All right, so I got my last two. It's a little short one, and we're gonna end on a little bit of a serious note. Hope y'all ready for a little serious. We snapped and all that. Now we're gonna get Yesterday was new. The way life changed. The clarity of vision, obvious direction of range. The show of gratitude is grander, more full in its entirety. Yesterday was new and has left some rewiring. I'm piloting a dream, trailblazing full well, finding out what to show and figuring out who to tell, adapting to unusual thoughts, finding new intention, finding that even with eyes, one should pay a listen. Yesterday was new. More tried felt true. More clarity in the mud, more appreciation for comfortable shoes, more love, more trust, more learning, more care, more pressure, more relaxation, more discovery to bear. Yesterday was new. The past has come back, has collected its breath and is here to blow back. Air fresh, filled to the brim in a long and large container with a big yellow tag that reads abundance on life retainer. Yesterday was new. But today is not old. There are still things to load and more to unfold. Today is not new, but tomorrow may be more nice, more provoking, more hype enticing. Yesterday was new, more like dream blue. Yesterday I asked for abundance, and today it held through. Yesterday was new. Where I get my poetry family, my surrogate Sacramento family, everybody here in one place. So I just want to say shout out to all my people for coming out this evening. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. A couple of the poets have talked about like black women, mothers. Y'all, black women need more love. Not for themselves, because we love it on ourselves, but we need it from other people. So this last piece is called Race Card. I've tried not to pull the race card, but for me, it is harder than it seems. I got a deck of black queens. Some crowned, others plain. We want a lead and more choices. We are tired of playing on the second floor of priority. We want to trump like the majority. We want to cornroll our game into the mainstream, be seen as able and willing, not fulfilling the prophecy of a mammy or the over-sexualized baby-making welfare queen, just as mean as it is inaccurate. Just another political tactic to lay off the advancement of her and her people. And for far too long, we've been calling them strong while avoiding the shuffle that made them this way. Slavery and rape, the selling of her babies, the emasculation of her father and sons. Don't cut the deck. Cut the threat threaded into society's uncompromised account of her hand of indignities. Reserve the spreading of the gospel. Tell them the truth. She made a 5-star meal using scraps, rocked a hungry baby on her lap with the image of her own parents from whom she had been sold, folded into the scope of her iris. Her flushed red eyes are stretched open by a sequence of fear, not a full night's rest. I forbid you to take this card at face value. This is perhaps one of her best tricks, a reflection of her double consciousness, of her pursuit to follow suit, not to dilute the reflection of her face card. It is the foundation for her children. She hopes to raise for them a better living. But she will need an extra wild card to increase her draw, because the law openly sanctions cheating. Shorthanded and tilted her table of life. Her starting hand is unmade, and yet she is persuaded to play it anyway. She knows that catching up is a willing expectation for those who are invited to play, but not sit. So she stands up straight to wait, believing that equity should not be a forced bet. But for me, it's harder than it seems. I got a deck of black queens, and out like that. She writes,
She writes, everybody. We are winding down. We'll remind you all that you should sign the email list so you can be on the list for all the great Timo events, all right? So sign the email list for Timo, all right? Before I bring up another artist, and then we're gonna close that one up, and your little word poem, I got that ready. That will be the last thing, okay? After that, after the word poem, words from Terry, vendors, Michael, anybody's got products. Remember now, you never know who's in the room. I put my head down and I started crying. When I lifted my head, I had a pen in my hand, and the very first thing I wrote was, what good is my master's degree if I can't be the master of me? After that, everything came pouring out. And the first poem I ever wrote is the poem I'm going to share with you now. It's to my mom. It's called Bastard. You said I was born a bastard. That's what you told me, Mama. Dark moon of your nightmare, half and half but not whole of a sum from a story retold over and over again from the center of my soul. I was just 3 minutes removed from being torn from the uterus of then, back when the sun turned his back and shadows cried. And even though just a seed, I could still feel you bleed from daddy's dirty deed, but he was the bastard, Mama, not me. I remember swimming inside you lay near death. And when you were well enough to feel my movement, your anger and resentment rumbled like thunder. And I wondered how much longer I had to be before you got rid of me. And even though an unwanted fetus, I knew who I was, Mama, your son, the unchosen one. But in the ovum of that moment, I felt you conceived my existence, no longer resisting your urge to murder the unborn metaphor and leave me lying in a pool of aborted promises. And that day was the day I learned to escape danger by dodging coat hangers, jabbing with the anger of the desperate stranger you become. That day I felt you scraping and screaming as you squatted to be free of me, and you almost did, Mama, but I hung on, clinging to your womb like a dangling participle, clutching a poem yet written. I survived, Mama. I survived the bruises, cystic that don't fit, and I ain't nobody's misfit, and I can steer through you screaming, boy, you ain't gonna be spit. But I am. Now I will no longer be a pun for food stamps or income tax, because I am more than that. I am more. I am more than just sperm jettison from the tomb of my father's already limp affections. I am more than that. I am more. I wish you'd love me like I loved you. I wish you'd love me like I loved you. I loved you, Mama, still. You said I was born a bastard. So this poem, for all those times you beat me for looking like him. And this line, the tie that binds me to the umbilical of those moments where you made me feel like a weed without roots at the foot of an empty family tree. There was no one there, just me. But I am not like my father, Mama. I am living proof that flowers can bloom from deceit. I am not like my father, Mama, because 1% of you inside me is the reason why I believe in we've come a long way from belt buckles and criticism. And I just want you to know that all the love I ever knew grew to create me from you. And I'm going to take all this power and all this rage and leave my heart and soul on the society church stage for you, because I am not a bastard, Mama. I'm a poet. I'm a man. I'm a social worker. I made it. And one day my metaphors will open up heaven's doors and leave tear prints across the sky. And that day, that glorious, wonderful day, you and I will soar. Happy Mother's Day, Mama. I can get that out of my system because it was clogging up my wisdom, y'all. Ready for your next poet? Say yeah. Ready for your next poet? Say yeah. Y'all, please welcome to the stage. I hope you're ready. He's gonna do one poem. Give it up for Jane Rowe, y'all. Come on, Jane Rowe. Shit, my bad, I didn't know. Give it up for her, Miss Jane Rowe, everybody. My bad. Jane threw me off. Come on, Queen.
Greetings, Earthlings! We come in peace. We, in all of our complexities, come in peace, so forgive us. When we torch ambivalent proclamations with straightforwardness, forgive us. When we body bullshit. When we raise infamy from infancy, you see, sometimes intergalactic mishaps transcend an alternate universe, yet we still manage to escape permanent devastation. Which means occurrences of the peculiar sort live just beneath the surface of what we show and what we cannot forget, so we become regal matter. Contort ourselves into anything our imaginations will allow. Our bodies become fluid subjectivity. We speak not with words but with movement inside the protest that shift daily. We be native Martians. translation. Meaning, misunderstandings will become sneaky assurances and sedate consciousness. We actively avoid swinging pendulums while attempting to mummify menace with forbidden conquest. We be different, divergent, opposed, varying, contradictory, whatever you want to call it, we be that. Too foreign to conceptualize, yet too fly to bury. So, we separate from sameness. We delight our beautiful oddities with honey and overhead wavelengths. Let flames exceed reparations and accessorize with smoldering embers become more seasoned and less weathered. Abolish the quiet before the storm. Shit, we become the storm, all the while making music out of lawless thought and intuition. We curve question marks like oscillating thighs and tick like tapping toes. Dance to variability and maneuver around loose parameters. We be that. We be liberation. Be the evolution of nature. Be the consequence of healing. Never too concerned with blending in, but more so obsessed with riveting riots and callous clenched black fists. We be that. We be the burgeoning of marigolds in morning glory. Be dissipating whispers and awakening of self. Be juxtaposed crossroads. We carry burdens in one hand and smiles in the other. We know no other way, so we march to madness and deal with degrees of separation while we master the art of redemption. Swim in the precipitation of thawing moods and send second thoughts turn secret to a sunken place. We swallow savory suns. We turn volcanic ash into eloquent art forms in gentle rebellion. Pray for resolution. Unlearn shame and retain love. We be native Martians. Be action. Be illustrious. Be the deadening of fear and acceptance of love. We be that. Always full circle but never square one. Be the reversal of tied tongues and deafening doubt. Be our mother's monarchy and father's fight. Be black. Be beautiful, be woman, be person, be man, be strong, be sorcery. We be godly, we be love, we be that. We be native and Martian. So, greetings, earthlings. We come in peace. We, in all of our complexities, come in peace. Boom.
All right, oh, you guys want to give us some more?
So I'm gonna find something short, since it's the end of the night. But I am really touched here by all the words about mothers and fathers and family, and it made me reflect if I was thinking about that, about time in my life where I lost both of my parents within 5 months of each other, and that was 2002. And then 5 months after that, I had a heart condition that worsened, and I found myself on the operating table. So this is a poem about my heart, and it's called Resilient. Each encounter with someone new holds possibility, and also the danger of pain in body or heart. With body, I tread lightly, as bones have been broken and soft tissues are stubborn to heal. With heart, I take more risks, though its healing can be elusive. Bones are set, kept immobile as they knit themselves together, while the sinews that connect me are more starved for blood, need me to stop assaulting them to heal. Soft and hard, body and heart, have both been damaged and repaired. My sternum sawed open and stapled, so my tender heart could be fixed, so I might live a long and happy life. The danger of going under, heart being stopped, worth it, as the surgeon worked his magic. And here I am, over 20 years later, since I half died on that table, but was brought back better. The danger of doing nothing more than the danger of being cut open, broken and healed several times over, without or since then, my heart has been broken and healed several times over without the help of the surgeon's blade, all on its own. Resilient.
All right, thank you for supporting Team Entertainment, by the way. So we have another, and I just want to thank the poets who are
So I haven't done anything in a long time. So, you know, the thing is, I remember I was doing something this way back, and as I was doing it in my mind, I was like, I can't wait for this to be over. You know, so that's kind of where I was at with it. So that was like 2017. But thanks for having me. Oh, disclaimer, I can't sing, so, but it has a chorus. The revelation has come. It's time to walk with the sun. The revelation has come. It's time to walk with the sun. Revelation has come, and redemption's for everyone. The revelation begins with a prodigy, fulfiller of prophecy, who went through hell and rebelled against the powers that be as a rational radical, birthed to earth with tacticals, representing in the form of man, yet still supernatural. And he lived perfect and complete. A high priest made low amongst the least, forgoing political office and seats to preach on mountain peaks. And he would reveal the kingdom through miracles and metaphors and teach things only said before Jewish nations to Gentile congregations. But they sought his condemnation. Got one of his own to betray him. An innocent man accused, king of the Jews, they rused to slay him. And he could have called a cavalry on Calvary, but he died and rose for souls in need of a revolution that could not be televised because the revolution is inside.
All right.
That's why a relationship with God should be deeper than Sunday worship aside. Because it's thicker than blood ties to the mob and more determined than demons hired to do the job. See, I don't just write this, but like this. To live Christless is lifeless. So I pursue him daily to reflect his likeness, that I might just influence the next man like the next man influenced me. And redeem the time before the return of the king, for we are the bride, tied to an eternal fraternity, to show a tale of a male sent to set shop, a block from hell where delusions fail like the need to smoke trees. See, my spirit's made free from red words shed through sonic symbols breathed in the air as an air, called to share like sons of thunder, crashing scripture over ears of dead seas that can't see the remedy of redemption. So we argue convictions without bail as evidence swells to lock eternal life into brain cells and drown the town red with blood-soaked hands that finger paint on pulsating canvases, and let destiny march to the spark of internal revolution as we follow the father of forefathers to bother sophisticated looky-loos to choose a movement that caters to nobody greater and spread love like solution to be poured on shores of deserted sands with hands creating castles that claim the kingdom to come, because someday, Sunday won't be just one day, and we'll rally in peaks and valleys giving praise for debts, talent and pain no longer swayed by this flesh, but made fresh and incorruptible. Death's defeat completes the nuptials for the living as new beginnings travel on gold like glass as we pass gems of jasper, onyx and topaz embedded in transparent walls like the spirits called to rest in God's eternal glory, for he wins and we sin no more. The battle's finally over, and so is the war. Because the revelation has come. It's time to walk with the sun. Revelation has come. It's time to walk with the sun. Revelation has come. And redemption's for everyone.
Put your hands together, everybody. All right, it's time for our last point. I know you want to stay till midnight, but no, we got to get out of here and I got to catch a plane. All right, folks, please support our vendors, our author, Michael. I Have Books. Again, help me avoid that fee from Spirit Airlines. I got you. All right, I'm going to bring back up this brother right here, y'all, before I bring up our last point, because there's a rule. If you go first, you get to close out with a final piece. So I'm going to bring back the first poet one more time for Mr. Anthony Jackson. Y'all from Anthony.
An alcohol and drug counselor, and one of the things I see every day is the face of this crisis that we're all in the midst of, which is the fentanyl crisis. So there's something very special about this poem that I'm about to share. It comes from my heart, and it's kind of written by my clients. I just feel like I got to channel, be the channel for it. It's a poem called Fentanyl. Feels so good, feeling nothing at all. Feels so good, feeling nothing at all. There's a cold spray of Narcan up my nose. I come to fighting for more of what kills me. Feeling like a glitchy cartoon on a fuzzy TV screen. It feels so good, feeling nothing at all. But coping is inevitable. That's the commercial they tell me. I avoid mirrors. There are sores all over my body that I never want to see. Cause Fetty, it feels so good. It feels so good to me. It feels so good. Fentanyl, I'm feeling nothing at all. But everyone's eyes are mirrors. Everyone's eyes are mirrors. They're reflecting my sores. Where can I get more of what kills me? The EMTs tell me I flatlined. Second time this week. Blue, talking to an old boot. I could not hear you. My jaw, it felt like a bone saw. Rugged, rigid, and raw. I only want more of what kills me. It feels so good, feeling nothing at all. Maybe next time the batch won't. Maybe next time the batch won't put me corpse stiff on a corner, leaning over myself, skull scratching on the floor in this tender oblivion. The slam of ambulance doors becomes all too familiar. You good, they ask me. I can't hear them. You good? I'm feeling nothing at all, but it feels so good, feeling nothing at all. And I float away sick in precipitated withdrawal to more of what kills me, more of what kills me. Feels so good, feeling nothing at all. Feels so good, feeling nothing at all. Feels so good. Fentanyl.
Amazing. The one and only Tina Diva Cat Gates. Give it up, y'all.
Hey you guys, how are you doing tonight? Yeah? How you feeling? You feeling good? Had some good poetry out there. I see a lot of familiar faces and a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time. So I'm happy to be here tonight and it's good to see you all. Quick shout out. Got two amazing vendors over there. Keisha's Closet, it's got some of the best stuff, as well as Anita Teresa Creations. Her stuff is one of a kind. If you want something totally, this individual, nobody else has it, that's the girl to see. She's bad. Bad. Both of them are. They're awesome. So I'm a storyteller, and so I have about 3 poems for you. I'm gonna try to make it quick. Does that make it quick?
Take your time.
Well, you know, I'm all in. Okay, I'm just gonna chill then. All right. So my first poem is in a book I wrote called Spoken Words, and I want to share it with you. Okay, it's a little story. I once laughed at the death of my very own existence. Unsure, unknowing, see, I had built my fate on broken dreams and was raised on those fairy tale fantasies, but please release me from those scribes. Written as stories for children, but still no question to the answer of why can harm come to a little girl in this world. You see, unprotected and harmed, she alarmed her mother and father, but they didn't bother, so abused, misused, and taken, made in secret and shaken to piercing eyes and premature penetration that left her looking for love in that same old way. And even though she thought the word sex was just a word you say, they still took her innocence anyway. Now she's fast, shaking her full-grown ass, but really a teen. As she switched down the street to some other man she thought loved her because of his whispered obscenities. He wanted to take her hand in her candy too, and baby girl already knew just how to twist her hips a bit, bite her bottom lip an inch, and hold her pert tits high to his pitch. Now he's taking her bait. After several days, he would only masturbate while she would wait patiently for her statutory rape. I mean, who's to blame besides the men? When the media shows them how to shake their asses at them, and a 13-year-old can look under the internet to find out how to play footsies under the table with someone else's husband. And she always looked older than her age, at least that's what they said, I guess to justify what was going on in their heads, to take away some more of her innocent world. Thoughts of Cinderella and Snow White, stuff she grew up reading and never quite understood. See, the child gets older and allows her flesh to stretch into unimaginable proportions. Looking close to pregnant but never had an abortion. See, that stuff was too fast that the sperm couldn't take. Barren, old, and fat, is that her fate? She started gorging on cars, loves them all from breads to pastries. You can see her smiling most convincingly at all the best bakeries. Reaches sizes 20, 24, and even at times 26. Thick in ass and hips, she still has the nerve to switch because sex still remains her addiction. And not knowing how to be faithful, she condemns herself in her own body's prison, pondering between food, sex, and complacencies. And lo and behold, the Lord blesses her with 2 beautiful babies. You see, miracles are spiritual indeed. Still immature, but wanting to learn more, she wants to give them everything she's still longing for. Wants to love and protect her little boy and teach him how to respect each and every little girl. Want to get gangster about her little girl. Teach her that loving and hugging may be okay, but never ever more, because the cycle can no longer turn anymore as she frees herself from sex addiction. Tries through faith to escape her body's prison, feeling that faith should only teach as she preached this speech to reach all the hurt babies. Realizing that her past doesn't have to be her future and to shed those unwanted pounds, not being afraid to be faithful or even let down, but to strive to be the best. And now that she wears the S on her chest, she remains humble because she knows there's no promises for tomorrow. It's actually called one day at a time. And then she learns to hold her head up high and gives herself permission to cry and tells herself to stop all the lies. There's no more sadness in her eyes. And as she heals from the pain and endures, she realizes that even herself, she's just misunderstood. But deep cuts do require sutures, and she will never look in her past to predict or determine her future. Spoken words. Thank you. A girl out of breath, panting, exhausted, vulnerable to that cry within, being bullied by that demon that lay dormant inside her, not knowing she was being manipulated. You see, she had a lover whose mother beat her on a daily. This is how you show me you love me. You love me, don't you? I do love you. My soul open wide, being everything but nothing at the same time. See, the bully was in my mind as the rage took control. No longer that gentle love I knew before. Transformed me into an unknown I dare not know. Controlled by my emotions, unable to even see as before. Praying to God, what if she says this or that? Call me a bee or call me fat, you fat bee. Called out loudly, shaking bones and marrow to the core. Bloody rivers of my puddles from words said by my lover. More lashes from lips that once tasted like sweet dripping honeydew melon. now salty with hatred and venom. Blow by blow, it never seems to end. Rage escapes, a shoe thrown from one side of the room crashes into the top cocktail table. Mind shouts, why can't we ever keep shit? Terror as this in slow motion. When will this end? The last encounter of the ugly kind was just another alibi for her to hit the streets, but instead, hitting the floor with a new introduction to the 4 Bs. Bitter words, blows, busted lips, and bruises. Silently whispering, love does not have to feel like this. Not knowing how abusive it really is. A day away when lessons are learned, contemplation, reflection, the truth unscorned. Picked up the one thing that I learned, that at the end of this, we'll only wind up in the hospital, prison, or the morgue. Screaming whispers that changed my life, knowing that the Lord himself is not done with my life, whispering, you are only in control of your response. You are only in control of your response. You are only in control of your response. I got it. Tested in the worst way, but one long night she was ready to fight, started the fat asses, the lashes, all that shit she used to do. Trying to scurry up hatred and anger. I mean, she was downright evil. Not this time. As peace spread through my limbs and touched each arm and leg. Not this time. Serenity transferred through my body and I felt whole. Not this time. My bully won't win. He still shelters me in his blood. I will always be the winner in the end. This woman I looked at looked so unfamiliar. It was like looking at her through glass. I was no longer in prison. Words were thrown, but they didn't hurt anymore. Her own rage grew stronger within as my peace grew within. Wanted me to be something I was not, am not, and will never be again. Hearing those old people saying, girl, bullies aren't born, they're made. The fear that once made itself to strike back was intact. No longer living in the fear of verbal abuse that made me snap. Found new things of what I expected, and no kind of verbal, physical, or mental abuse will never be accepted. Screaming whispers. Thank you. Facebook as Tina Cates, C-A-T-E-S. And I'm actually on TikTok too as DivaCat28, so hope you guys come out and see me. I also work with Kyrie with Mahogany Urban Poetry. And we're always looking for some amazing, acts. So if you guys are interested in possibly doing some featuring or want to come out and do open mic, we're there for you to do that. Very safe space. My last one's entitled Freedom and She. I found a new freedom. Freedom, I tell you, something more spectacular than this day-to-day routine world we live in. A freedom in was a freedom in she. She can see through me, eyes that penetrate my flesh and interrupt my thoughts. My heart pounds for a breath of clear air for lungs that just might fall short of a last gasp. Layers are removed as my soul just opens up to her. Is that kind of freedom? A freedom in she. I remember when I first picked up the pen to write down how I felt about her. It was like an actual calling for me to describe the reasons why I love her like I do. I wanted to tell the truth, to share my innermost thoughts, and realize quickly that there was nothing in any given language that could describe it fully. I mean, it was something about her smile that just caused me to pause, and that same smile that allows me to rest my fears and insecurities into a heavenly abyss, and with bliss became a sea of emotions only revealed in my secrets. It was that kind of freedom, a freedom in she. When I allow myself to submerge myself into her whims, skillful hands find their way into a wet, wicked core, setting free her waves upon waves of convulsions. It's almost like the earth stands still just to be seduced by her cries of passion. Sorry, preacher, but I got that it. That it that makes you smile all crazy and shit, that it that causes an involuntary twitch from that sexual fit you had from the night before. That it that causes your heart to bleed and weep, and for some of you even creep. Pray about it. Whatever's clever. My pen lost its stroke until I took that token and wrote about her. Days in the haze, my pen never left the page. Love poems ran frantically through my brain. Time stood still as each syllable was formed. I was writing stupid stuff like I never knew love could be this good or this sweet before. And now her, I have been set free as she called to me, making me her love and sacrifice. And in return, I've been given pure satisfaction without even asking for it. Is that kind of freedom. That freedom lives within me. Thank you guys so much, okay?
in real life.